No age is too early for your child to start using
Na
glasses.
lie.
In fact, there might be an age where using glasses might be quite late. But then,
Jesus.
better late than never. So, for one reason or the other, you eventually took your child of less than 5 years old for an eye exam, and you were told by the eye doctor that your child has a refractive error. I'll probably need some form of correction, the use of glasses or contact lenses, or whatever the case may be. And then you go, no, this child is still too young. I can't
You
allow
they
my
use your
child
function to play.
start using glasses this early. That I know it's too young and all that. Big mistake. That's a very big mistake. You don't want to do that. This is because the ages between 0 and 6 years old are very critical for vision development. And for vision development to occur properly, the retina of the eyes has to be receiving very clear images. And anything that does not allow the retina of the eyes to get clear images, such as a refractive error in this case, is going to eventually affect the proper development of vision. And that will eventually lead to what we call lazy eyes, also known as amblyopia. Lazy eyes is simply reduced vision in one or both eyes. It's commonly in one eye, but sometimes both eyes can be affected. So if you insist on waiting till your child is much older before they use glasses, there's a very strong possibility that when you eventually get ready to use glasses, the glasses might not be able to correct your vision or your child's vision to the point that is considered normal. That child might have a permanent reduced vision for the rest of his or her life.
But the man joke. It can be possible.
And the reason is this: the brain is not receiving clear images from the retina because of maybe the refractive error, maybe myopia or something. What happens is that the brain gets used to that kind of image coming from both eyes, unclear images. By the time you are ready, it now becomes difficult to get the vision corrected to where it should be. Another thing is that if only one eye has the problem, for instance, or the problem is worse on one eye, what happens is that the brain begins to rely more on the information coming from the better eye and then ignores the information coming from the worse eye. If this continues for a long time, what happens is that that particular eye that is worse stops trying. It stops trying to contribute to vision, to binocular vision, that's vision of the two eyes. And then that eye just deviates outward or deviates inward. What we call strabismus, what we call crossed eyes, because the eye is not being used, it just moves out or moves in, and so that eye is looking at another direction, while the eyes that brain is relying on is looking straight or focusing and giving feedback to the brain. So, and this is why if your doctor recommends that your child has a refractive error very early in life, maybe 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, and that vision should be corrected. This is why you should go ahead and do it immediately. That's because you run the risk of the child having a permanent reduced vision, even with glasses on. Now, if after listening to this whole video and then you still insist on that your child is not going to use glasses until a certain age, well,
I no go advise anybody again.
sorry, your village people might be at work. My name remains Ehis, and the first thing I notice about you are your eyes. You can like and follow my page for more interesting eye ideas like this.